Let's play, and then we have Discord questions to get to. I want to get through two more things, but let's start with a new segment, or it's not so new anymore, but a segment we're calling Bad. When Matt's ready. You want to do the Dave Rubin drop while you find it?
No good, really bad for you. Not good. Believe me, not good.
You hit me with that one more time, please.
No good, really bad for you. Not good. Believe me, not good.
Not good.
Yeah.
He loves to enunciate certain words.
He's a big enunciator. Bill's as big of an enunciator as he is asshole. So, Matt, I'm assuming you have the piece up, the stuff that happened today, right? Because we're doing a little bit of a revisit. But there's a woman. What's her name? Janet Houseman?
Johanna Hausmann.
Johanna Hausmann.
Jatar.
Excuse me. She is quite, I have to say, she, in my opinion, she's very unfunny. I guess humor is different for different people.
We'll see one of her humor videos about the coup.
I prefer my humor funny, but that's just me. So she did a video a couple of weeks ago. Do you want to play a dose of the video before we do this? So this was incredible. First of all, because look, let's be honest. Let's be slightly self-aggrandizing, but also honest. Mm. The New York Times has never asked you to do an explainer video.
Never.
You're a highly respected independent journalist in the new media sphere.
You said independent, so that's why they. But to be fair, in 2015, they let me publish 2 op-eds.
Well,
but that's it.
That's it. They didn't give you a studio,
right?
To, I don't know, instigate regime change in Armenia, as an example. So
there actually was regime change in Armenia.
I know. There's some people were asking. I covered. I need to talk to you about that because I don't know any. I need to know something about Armenia. I need to know a lot more. But this is and again, no, like whatever. It's great. She's literally an internet comedian, and they decide, let's give an internet comedian a forum to do a video on why American U.S. people on the left in the U.S. should support regime change. And they did not disclose the fact that her father, who is an academic, I believe presently based at Harvard, was part of the old regime in the 1990s and is involved with Guaido. They didn't disclose that. Now, Anna, I don't think she's funny. I'm assuming, well, you know what? I can't even pretend that you will either. She sucks. Let's watch this for a second.
And of course, we've got this lovely guy.
Donald Trump, hands up Venezuela.
It is not a good look.
I'm sorry. Why would you pick the most, yes, that is a president of a sovereign country.
Right.
Saying, don't bother us.
I can't believe he wants Donald Trump.
In English, too.
In English. Let's find the most, okay. I don't know what is it? Because he has a mustache? All right, go ahead.
It is not a good look when your slogan is co-opted by a tyrannical dictator. Now, Trump usually loves authoritarians, but this time it seems like it's the liberals who are siding with one. Now, I am not a pro-Trump military hawk. For reference, my spirit animal is Ruth Bader Ginsburg in workout clothes. But this movement is...
Where did this type of humor come from?
I love that you asked that. Like you're interviewing an academic about it.
No, honestly, where did people think that weird, and I am
YouTube. YouTube. It came from YouTube.
YouTube is fucking poison.
Spirit animal questions in general, really.
Where did this it's like irony without any irony. It's spiritually dead.
So every year there are certain award ceremonies that are centered around online content creators.
Right.
And every once in a while we get nominated and we go. And I after the last time I went, which was last year, I think, I told TYT, I'm not going anymore. You can't. No, I'm not going because you're surrounded by people like her.
Oh God.
Right. And they all think they're funny. Okay, I'm going to get in trouble. I'm going to stop talking. But yeah, they all go up on stage and they're like, I'm crazy. And that's that's
it.
And it's like, no, you're not. You're not crazy. You're not funny. You're not talented. And I don't know why you're on the stage right now.
Because you're a regime change agent's fucking daughter. That's why. All right, one more second of it.
It's Ruth Bader Ginsburg in workout clothes. But this movement is dangerous.
I'm sorry, this is so fucking annoying to me. They're pulling a Sam. Pause it. What? Even that, of course, I'm not up with all of the Ruth Bader Ginsburg worship, but I respect Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Why can't you just say, in fact, I admire Ruth Bader Ginsburg, spirit animal and workout club? What the fuck? What? You're disrespecting the woman, actually.
Do you think we just don't get it? Maybe we're old or something. I don't know.
First of all, she's about our age, and secondly, Anna,
you're being too self-critical.
There is literally not a molecule of me that thinks that we don't get it.
And let's also not forget
there is no, even if we lived in a multi-universes, even if we were in a Deepak Chopra world where each of us had multiple selves and multiple worlds, there is none in which we are not funnier than her.
You're right.
Okay.
And don't forget that what she's trying to make funny is sending in the U.S. military into a foreign country to murder people.
Yes, overseen by a guy Elliot Abrams, who spun for death squads in Latin America in the 80s that make ISIS look like Amnesty International.
If you want to play with
I'm trying to do that type
you
of
have
humor.
To be bringing your A game.
Yeah. All right, keep going.
Like it's the liberals who are siding with one. Now, I am not a pro-Trump military hawk. For reference, my spirit animal is Ruth Bader Ginsburg in workout clothes. But this movement is...
All right,
I'm never going to reference that.
Yeah. I reference no. Okay, so that was terrible and disgusting and embarrassing. And, in some ways, the biggest scandal was that the New York Times did not disclose the fact that her father, and what's her father's, what's his thing again? He's Ricardo Houseman. He teaches economic development at Harvard University at the Kennedy School, and
he's a personal advisor to Guaido.
And is a personal advisor to Guaido. So Aunt Anya, I can never pronounce Parampil wrote correctly. The New York Times fails to disclose that Joanna Hausmann is the daughter of Guaido advisor Ricardo Houseman, who's instrumental in neoliberalization and destroying Venezuela's economy in the 90s. And he wants to do it again. Weak. Right. This is like as close as like a sky is blue tweet you're going to get. And Ricardo,
oh my God,
meeting at Harvard and really up on the pseudo woke tenor of the Times, goes, this tweet surely deserves at least an honorary mention among the year's most sexist comments. Since Joanna Hausmann is my daughter, she's not entitled to her own opinion. She must be speaking on behalf of some male figure that tells her what to say. Seriously?
Okay. All right. By the way, that seriously makes me think of Aaron Burnett in response to the Occupy Wall Street protests. Seriously? Okay.
And it also makes me think that she ghost wrote that tweet for him.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, in a country where sexism surely does exist, I can't stand people exploiting sexism for their own political points. So Ricardo is definitely getting under my skin. But look, regardless, even if that tweet by Anya came off as sexist, which it did not. The fact of the matter is, it's journalistic ethics 101. 101. Here's a conflict of interest with the person I'm interviewing, or here's a conflict of interest with this town hall participant who's asking questions, right? You need to be as transparent as possible with your audience or your readers, and you need to let them know about potential biases that exist with the person who's creating this content. And so, regardless of what Anya tweeted, again, the fact of the matter is, the New York Times did something wrong here, and it makes them lose credibility. I don't know if they did it intentionally. I mean, of course, we can suspect.
They doubled down on it. They didn't apologize for it, so we can at least surmise that.
No, you know what I'm actually angry about is, and I've talked about this openly and passionately on our post-game show. So I teach journalism, right? And I feel like I'm lying to these students about what journalism really is, because they're going to graduate, and if they're lucky, because it's a competitive field, they're going to get a job and realize that everything I've taught them is complete and utter fucking bullshit. And it makes me angry, right? Okay, so how did they double down?
All right, so no, this was back a couple of weeks ago. The New York Times just refused. I mean, it was just simple. They just refused to reverse themselves. Joanna Hausmann went offline for a couple of weeks, and we actually
20 days.
20 days, and as I literally always say now, this is my standard disclaimer for pretty much everything. If she came back, and my standard is super low, because you know what? Let's be real. Her dad literally is a regime change agent,
Right?
And or advisor to Guaido. She obviously has a huge material interest, or just family interest in regime. So, if she came out and she said, "Look, I stand by everything I said," but the New York Times should have disclosed that connection. Oh yeah. Done. I would not do a follow up to make fun of her. She has come back 20 days later with what, Matt?
Well, she has had a few sort of profiles here, which is interesting timing. Yahoo did one. There's another one, and she's tweeted those out. And then she's back. Let's scroll past these profiles. And then today she was back doing some comedic content with. Oh
God. Oh, this is brutal.
So. If you can translate this tweet here. This morning, greeting a gringo. Good morning. This morning, greeting a Venezuelan. What's going on? You saw Guaido and Leopoldo, and blah, blah, blah. It's really weird. This is comedy, though, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
And she made this video.
Maybe we don't get it.
Yeah, maybe we'll get this.
All right.
This is her waking up this morning.
Okay.
¿Qué es esto?
Okay. And the point is she hasn't apologized for any of this.
No, just totally glide on right past that. Leave the dad,
right.
The dad defense just standing.
Right. It's totally fine. So, man, could you imagine? That's probably true that most oligarchs from other countries have annoying kids trying to do YouTube comedy in the Lower East Side.
No good, really bad for you.
No good, really bad for you.
Believe me, not good.
Not good.
Not good. I like how you make it look kind of Slavic. I like that. Not good. You've just watched a Michael Brooks show video, and you can watch all of our full main live shows every Tuesday night at around 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and subscribe to get all of the clips you want. We're covering the globe. We're focusing on international relations, the intellectual dark web. We're having fun. We're doing deep dives with a lot of amazing guests. Of course, become a patron for the whole thing at patreon.com/TMBS, or subscribe to this YouTube channel and help us keep growing and get that content out there. Subscribe below.